Hi, I'm John Miles, President of Enterprise Resources International. I want to tell you some of the tools we're rolling out and training that we are handling for executives to be able to manage their company or their division better so that they can push on one thing and generate more of what they want. So the current issue that people in executive management have, either of an entire company or just a large division or department, is they'll have a view, say on a dashboard or an executive decision system. They have a view of how many somethings they have, like, okay, we have 540 leads and we have 12 clients. And that's great, isn't it? I don't know. Actually, we don't know if that's up from 15 clients last month, or actually what was this same month last year? Was it 12 or, well, it turns out it was 24. How come we plummeted? And then every time the leads comes up or the clients come up, what caused the increase? You know, we want to be able to say, oh wow, that's a great jump, and I have to run a report every time we want to try and slice and dice it, because what you get is 1,000 reports. And I've done implementations for clients where there's literally thousands of reports that are not even used anymore because people ran them once, nobody else standardized on them. Then you get a whole standardized reports problem within the division or the company. And then, not to mention just the confusing number of reports, but the cost of a data mine. If you want to get into a data mine, which is a way to pull off operational statistics like, hey, how many clients are we getting, or how many widgets do we sell, or how many calls a month is this one type of customer doing. You pull that over into a reporting database, and or business intelligence, you may have heard recently, that's a data warehouse. All this business intelligence, or BI, is taken by pulling operational data and putting it into a repository or a way to report on it so that you can slice and dice it. But so many data mines have gone the way of, I want to be able to slice and dice every certain way, and then they never actually got live because you can't plan for infinity of things and ever roll out to production. In fact, I was on one personally for a client that I won't mention, a large telecom client in the nation. $100 million was spent on their data mine, or they called it a cube, and it was never rolled out in production. So $100 million wasted on, well, I'd like to be able to slice and dice it any which way I might think of in the future. So that's the current view. What happens, how do we make a more predictive model that is less confusing than all these thousands of reports and different views of how to do the slice and dice? What we're rolling out for clients, Enterprise ERI, is rolling out these trendsetters that the first segment of which are modeled on a funnel. Now, many of you probably have heard what a sales funnel is in relation to a sales division. Often, like, you know, up here you get a sales funnel where you get leads in. You can, just like this, you can have leads in, number of calls given to them, number of pitches given to each person, and then when they finally sign the contract, they're a client. For example, this could be, it could be different slightly because you could have leads, calls, pitches, and purchase orders, or any certain texture of your funnel is different per industry and per organization. So what many organizations or people don't think in terms of is each of these divisions or departments in an organization can have a funnel, and do. And most people think, oh yeah, that makes sense. Recruiting, oh yeah, we have resumes in, people called, people tested, and then people hired. You can think in terms of that. Production, to create a widget. In fact, what we have is, in our Trendsetter, a way to ask, what is your division, or in case you want to do your entire company, what's your entire company produce? Well, all right, how do you do that right above it to produce those? What causes that? If this is baked pies, what's right before that? Well, the number of pies filled, and then the number of pie crusts made, and then the number of, what's above it in the funnel. So that all you know is you just have to do more of these to get more of these. You need to get more leads to get more closes. More pie crusts, for my example, to get more pies. That's a made-up example, but even just recently I was talking to a customer about taxes and making sure they're compliant with laws. And the government that his client is a government agency, and they want to make sure they're getting the taxes. So they can build a funnel on, okay, well, this is the number of people we know about, number of reported tax reports, number of things audited to make verified, and then this is collected taxes, or billed and then collected. They may have 5 levels in their funnel or less. So any of these things can then be built into, if I understand what the top is, I can get more of the bottom. And if I don't, if I have currently that, oh, I just need emails in and I'll get sales, somewhere in the middle you realize that it's not actually true. Emails in does not necessarily mean sales pitched and then closed. It could be a whole lot of chatter coming in and no product from it. So defining this funnel for each division, or the key division, or the entire company, is crucial. So some companies out there have a way to create a trend graph so you can actually see, all right, what is this? I mean, and in fact, you can do it in Excel, where you input your own information and you can say, well, I want to see how it's come out on the year. But if you put it in relation to as our Trendsetter does, in relation to the funnel, you can see, all right, for our top, let's just take a sales funnel. Our top one, we have this many leads. And in this period, they went down. And then in this period, they went up. And just that graph alone, if you had no other graph, ERI also provides training on how to get any line to go up as an additional method, because there's generic steps you can do to take and learn, to take to make any graph improve. And it's just a simple formula that can apply to any venue. You just have to kind of apply it yourself to your own life. But this is regardless of the funnel. If it's just taking one graph in its own, you can see, okay, what caused the down tick, and then what caused the up tick. So anytime there's a nice upward trend, geez, what are we doing right? Anytime there's a downward trend, okay, what happened? What did we do wrong? So what we are rolling out for customers, we're finding that instead of just an aggregate line, they also want by category. These are, say, if this is our sales funnel, say this is leads. Leads in, say the red is leads in from food services, and the blue is leads in from financial markets, if their customer base spans both of those industries. So you can see that, oh wow, the blue line is definitely on the upswing. Let's capitalize on that, and let's look at the red line and think, maybe not food service, let's take, for example, construction. So wow, construction's really down on this period. Let's decide if we want to continue that, or look at it and go, let's pour our beans, or pour the funds on promoting for the financial sector, because that's generating revenue for us, or generating leads for us. Okay, so now, given our Trendsetter function or structure with a funnel, then we can see the next level down, say this is conversations with leads, or qualified leads. So the number of qualified leads would be less than the aggregate total number of leads. But when it goes down in leads, your total qualified leads are going to go down. So you know at some point, if leads starts to go down, probably not that long after your qualified leads goes down, maybe hours, weeks, something of that nature. So you can see that there's a lag time between that. And you can say, wow, if that went down, we need to rectify this so that this can come up. And if this is coming up, that means it's probably because of this one's uptick, say the financial sector, if this was the example, in the blue line. But regardless, whatever is causing this uptick in the total aggregate is causing, or better be causing, an uptick in the qualified leads. And if it's not, you can debug. Then, for the same period, you can see in, say, the next level, for this example, we'll say for sales funnel, will be proposals. Say proposals to these qualified leads. Proposals out, we had a spike there, which was, say, a week after the qualified lead. Maybe it takes a week or a day or 3 days or something like that, once you get a qualified lead, to kick out a proposal to them. Sometimes larger organizations, it may be 6 months for a very big proposal. I have worked on proposals that have taken at least 3 months anyway. So, and then there's ticks here, so there's life in this graph over here. Some point after the upticks in this. And then those better translate to an uptick in new customer or new project or new client or sale, whatever the funnel bottom is. And if it doesn't, then you can debug, because if you have proposals going out and no clients, then you know there's something wrong with our proposals, or who we're sending them to, or what we're saying with them. You can debug that point. But so all you know then is, so there's a number of ways to dissect this to see, okay, how long does it take between getting a lead and getting a sale? And you can see, you can estimate on a number of periods and go, oh, well, that's, for our company, 6 months, or 8 days, whatever the example is. And then you know, if you have an uptick here, you better be looking for an uptick 8 days later down here, in that example. Or you know, if you have a downswing in your leads, or your top level of the funnel, then it's only going to take 8, or that period later, say in this case 8 days, before you start to have a downtick in your final revenue numbers, or sales numbers, or client numbers. So if this is your revenue funnel, you know your money's going to dry up once you get this downswing. So you just need to, if you design your funnel right, pour the gas on this one, or put your foot on the accelerator with that stat, and let it transfer through, and then 8 days later, or whatever your period is later, you get more revenue in the door. It's as simply, it simplifies your prediction and your control of what do I do, what causes that to go up, what causes that to go up, and what causes that to go up or down, and what do I do more to make them go up or less to make them go down. If they're going down, what caused them to go down, so I can do less of that. And if they go up, what caused them to go up, so I can do more of that. Almost finished here. Now, if you had just this, which is our application, our Trendsetter, you could put in your own numbers and have a pretty good idea of how you're managing. Say you're in charge of a small department of only 5 people in an office, say a doctor's office or something of that nature. Patients in and revenue collector, or whatever your funnel is. You could tie in these numbers each week and just input them. But our Trendsetter, and that application exists that we've created, but what we've gone a step forward and done is from systems, back-end systems like a CRM, Customer Relationship Manager, or a QuickBooks for accounting or things of that nature, we will automatically update statistics each period, most of the time weeks. Our customers usually are asking for it to be updated in weeks, so that this funnel and these stats are automatically updated based on systems, so that you don't have the potential for somebody maybe putting in erroneous data by mistake or on purpose. Either way, I mean, somebody could put in false numbers of sales. And in fact, one of our customers is an angel investor, where their investment company has not actually been generating reports. And they've been asking for reports, and they've been asking for reports. For whatever reason, the angel has not been able to get, well, what's the health of my investment? But we tied this Trendsetter to their CRM, Customer Relationship Manager, and found calls out, number of pitches, number of new clients each period. And so the angel can sit back and go, oh, wow, this is good, but this is going to have to go up by 15% if we're going to make our numbers, or if I'm going to make my target or whatever. Same with the production thing. They can see how many in the angel investment company, it had a certain production funnel, and they can see, well, we better get this up, or what's causing this to go up, because we want to do more of that so we can get down here. So they are the ones that launched the graph that had both aggregate and category lines on the graph. So we've rolled that out to all of our trendsetters. Oh, and one last thing. This way, instead of trying to grow a whole data mine for your organization for $100 million, say, you can grow divisionally. Say, okay, the sales division. You can grow your funnel and have your data and prediction for just that division, and then do the next division, your production division. Do that funnel, and then have that data. So basically, you're growing what they used to call in the industry data marts, and then you have divisions all in a row with their own data mart, and the end result is you have a data mine without having to try and bite off the entire data mine to implement. You can grow into it.